Oh, yeah, this is so much fun.
Oh, yeah? Check this out. Sorry.
Hi, and welcome to Junkyard Wars, where it's finally the finals. Our two teams have scrapped and scavenged their way this far. And to be crowned Dukes of Junk, they're going to have to demolish the opposition. At stake is this, the coveted Junkyard Wars trophy.
For the finals, we've devised our most devilish challenge yet. The teams must take an ordinary car and convert it into a mean demolition derby machine. But there's a twist. No one's allowed to drive the cars. Instead, these jalopies will crash and smash each other in a duel to the death with Junkyard-built remote controls.
First up are the turbulent turbines, manic machinists from California.
My name's Gary. I'm the team captain of the turbines. I overhauls both steam turbines and gas turbines.
I'm Rhonda. I'm a journeyman millwright.
Our other team member is Johnny C.
We have the best team members that we could possibly get.
They bored through the first round with their mechanical mole. And their flying boat made it plain sailing to the finals.
To wind the turbines up to full RPM, we've spun in Chip Flynn. Chip's idea of fun is hunting down full-sized remote-control cars in the desert. But can he build a remote-control combat car to hunt down the opposition?
Piling in from Virginia are the pithy pit crew. There ain't nothing these boys can't fix.
Hi, we're the pit crew.
We service all the emergency vehicles for Arlington County. My name is Frank, and I'm the captain of the pit crew.
Hi, I'm Scott.
My name's Tim.
Who let the junkyard dogs out? Oh, oh, oh.
In round one, their climbing car almost made it to the top of the world.
You got it. You look fantastic.
And their fireboat may have been all wet, but grim determination got them through to the fabulous finals.
To give them a remote chance of winning, we've brought in robotics wrangler Kristen Manzella. Kristen designs precision industrial robots that create cars. Whether he'll be able to make something that destroys them is another question.
Let's go, guys.
All right, turbines, let's go.
All right, teams, hustle up here.
We're psyched. We're ready. Come on now.
Pit crew! Yeah! Turbines! Yeah! Welcome to the Junkyard Wars final. Today, prepare for a battle of epic proportions. For this Junkyard War, you will need armor and you will need weapons. Your challenge is to build a fender-bending, axle-cracking, remote-controlled combat car.
Yeah!
And be prepared to duel to the death.
We're ready. We're ready. Come on,
Okay, you know the rules. You have just 10 hours to build your machines, starting when the Junkyard Gonger gongs its last gong. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Ready? Go!
Let's go.
Remote control isn't just limited to toys. Full-size, sophisticated specialist vehicles are essential in dangerous situations like firefighting, deep-sea surveys, and mine clearance.
So, expert, how are we going to do this, buddy?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is first we need to find a car. The second thing what we need to do is we have to make this car remote. And the way that we're gonna do this is we need some kind of a remote control car, possibly a plane, possibly a boat.
The pit crew plan to take electronic parts from remote control toys and put them in a real car. They'll strip out the motors that drive the car's electric windows, connect them up to the remote controls, and use them to power the accelerator, brake, steering and gears. Since shifting on a manual gearbox requires movement in more than one direction, they hope to find an automatic transmission which just moves backwards and forwards. So they'll be looking for an automatic, preferably with power steering.
Our first and main intention is to get this car drivable.
Cool.
That's the first thing. The next thing we're going to do is actually take a weapon, and what we're going to look for a weapon is some kind of
Steel. Like a battering ram, like a spike or something.
Okay.
Anything. Shear, something to shear steel. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, Chip, what is this remote control car we're going to build?
Need a car with an automatic transmission for the simplicity of just going from forward and reverse. I figure for the brakes we'll use pneumatic cylinders. For the transmission we'll use pneumatic cylinders too.
Like the pit crew, the turbines will use electric motors to control acceleration and steering. But for brakes and gear changes, they plan to fit a radio-controlled pneumatic system that will operate the pedals using compressed gas. They'll also need to arm it.
And we'll do some James Bond things where we get a sharp point where the wheel spins.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be good.
Attach it to it on an angle with some blade.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, dude. Yeah.
Okay, team, looks like what we're going to have to get first off is a car. Look for some DC gear motors, some servos.
But number one, our car. Let's get our car here, and then we come back. We already got a wish list here. We're going to work it that way.
All right, let's go.
Let's get going. Let's go. Come on, guys. We got to get
Okay.
And they're off to grab the most car-crushing, fender-bending scrap the world of junk has ever seen.
So, right, it's full-size cars.
Yeah.
Loaded with weapons.
Yeah.
Driving at top speed.
Yeah.
Duking it out to the death.
Yeah. Yeah! Considering it's the finals, the teams seem to be taking it far too easy. They're on the hunt for cars, both remote-controlled toys and the real thing.
Tim from the pit crew seems to have his wires crossed.
Oh, yeah.
What's this bit? Apart from a lot of wires.
Actually, haven't even looked at what the component is. It probably is some telephone switching equipment,
Right.
but it has some good heavy-duty relays in it.
Oh, so that's what you're after for these bits?
Right.
Fantastic.
So I gotta do the bulwark and drag the whole thing back and...
Scott is in the driving seat.
Yeah, bullseye.
It starts first time, but he's already on a collision course.
We got to watch out for this.
Turbine scavengers Rhonda and Johnny can only stand and watch.
Well, there it went.
As Tim drives off with a second car. Pit crew 2, turbines 0.
They've got 2 cars already. You guys haven't got anything. Is there anything else around here that you can see?
I don't see anything that runs. It's got an engine in it.
How about this thing
No, that
behind you?
one
This
don't
thing
work.
behind you would be sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, it would.
but I don't think it's functional.
That would be gnarly.
The pit crew are evidently opening a parking lot.
While the turbines lot is pretty vacant. They haven't brought anything back. They're desperate to get their hands on a car, but what lengths will they go to get one?
All right. Okay, go ahead and start driving down there.
Johnny, so have they got all the cars that are out there?
The ones that work, yeah.
That's messed up. What are we supposed to do for our car now?
You want to start the engine up and see how it sounds? Or?
Because we can
The
rip this
pit crew have
car
yet to make a selection, while the turbines have no choice.
What's up? It's going to get a little dicey.
What we're going to have to do, I guess, is negotiate for one of them cars or just go get a car.
It's something else we can use.
So while Captain Frank and expert Kristen are talking tactics in the tool shed, Gary makes his move.
You know, straight up, because I don't want to deal with any oils or anything. If it's upside down, then all the
They're
oils drain out,
completely
then all the-
unaware they've been
This is good, but if we can
carjacked.
actually find an engine. Okay, what's scenario? What kind of car do you want to use here?
Most likely, we're going to go with the blue one.
Too late. The blue one's gone with Gary.
Timmy, what happened to our motor?
Are you there, Rhonda?
Yeah.
Gary stole the car.
Right on, Gary.
I like that. You guys are pretty good. I got to give you guys a lot of credit. This is definitely a war.
I gotta check the highway patrol, find out if you got a record or anything like that. 'Cause, man, that's too smooth. Did it have keys or did you have to hotwire it?
No, it has keys,
Oh, very nice. Very
which
nice.
I think I'm going to keep it close at hand.
Well, get it in there.
Absolutely.
You can't trust these guys.
No, you can't.
They're dirty.
I can tell.
Dirty.
They're way dirty.
I know.
This one.
The pit crew already have a junkyard criminal record. Last time, Tim and Scott stole the other side's complete stock of motorbikes.
They ran away. There was nobody over there. We back in business.
And Scott had little sympathy when the gormless geeks came to complain. But he can't take a dose of his own medicine.
Frank, we'll let it go. We go at the station wagon. We'll let it go.
What's going on here?
I don't know. They stole our while we was in there. But that's okay.
That sounds familiar. Now, hang on. Which team was it who did that to somebody else?
They were gone. They vacated the premises. They were cheating.
What happened here? I missed it. I just suddenly saw this here.
I don't know.
Scott's not happy.
Scott isn't just unhappy.
Man.
He's furious.
Well, let it go. You ain't letting the thing go, you know? This is full tilt war. We'll let it go.
He's no intention of letting it go. The car's parked outside the turbine's workshop, fair game to be reclaimed.
Hey. Come on out of there. Come on out of there, man. Hey, don't break that. Don't break that. I need it.
Hey, no, you're breaking my car.
Come on out. Come on out. Come on.
Hey, you got two cars already.
Let me tell you a secret. Stop pulling on me.
Okay, come on out.
We got work to do here. 2 cars. We got a lot of work to do.
That's what y'all want. That's the way to be.
Come on, Scott. Let's go. We got going, babe. It's okay. We got our car. Let's get going. Come on. We get going.
Thanks, sir.
One guy is scary, man. Scary. He's a little nuts.
So I think it would be safe to assume that our teams are taking the whole idea of combat cars seriously.
I know. It's been quite full on this morning, hasn't it? I mean, obviously with the finals, there's a lot of that sort of motivation kicking around anyway, but now it is like off the scale.
I don't think they needed any more motivation, but they've got it anyway.
So you got all the DC motors you need?
We got the DC
While the
motors.
turbines are taking stock, they get a diplomatic
In
visit.
front of everything that we are. Sure, come on in.
Captain
Can
Frank.
we talk?
Certainly.
This is Scott. I'm sorry about what happened. Let's start this all again.
No problem.
We're gonna shake hands and we're gonna start all over. Everything worked out pretty well. I think we're gonna have a great race.
Great deal.
So we ready to go.
Well, let's hope this uneasy truce holds for the rest of the build.
Seems as though I've been a bad boy. I didn't congratulate the other team for stealing our car, and I let my temper get out of control. If it happens again, they're gonna make me take a timeout, so I promise to be good.
Expert Kristen is playing with toys. He'll use the electronics to control their combat car. Capitano,
Oh,
your
my
little
God, what
token
is-
of our affection here.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
you know, these are kind of quite hard to come by in Junkyard, so we thought we'd give each team one of these to get you going. I think it's a transmitter.
That's right.
Okay.
6 channels, lots
Excellent.
of diddly bits.
We can figure that out. No problem at all. That is a big plus. We were
Definitely
worried about
tighten this
that.
up.
The transmitter will beam radio signals to their combat car and activate the servos from the toy truck, controlling throttle, steering, brakes and gears. Servos are actually tiny electric motors connected to a small arm that can change switches and operate much larger electric motors, like the one on this wheelchair that Scott's found.
Oh, I like that.
So this is a bit of a wheelchair.
Exactly.
Right. And what we could do is, if we decide to go this way, we could actually mount this right on the steering wheel.
Right.
So we'll take the steering wheel off, we can mount it right here,
Exactly.
and then we can mount this motor, and it actually has a gear ratio already on it.
Exactly.
So what we could do is just hook up, you just got a positive and negative, and it's once again, it's
It's a very vital piece right
yeah.
there.
In terms of the motors that you need
Okay.
to govern all these different things, how are you doing? Are you still looking for more?
Nope, we're actually going to use on the inside here, you have
Are you going
motors
to take the electric car window motors out of this car?
Yep,
So it'll
correct.
become its own sacrificial victim.
Exactly.
That's very pleasing.
Take internal organs and put them external and be able to run the car.
Excellent.
Things that make it go this way, up and down. The turbines also get a transmitter to control their car.
Turns on, seems all right to me.
Yeah, it's fine. You're happy with that?
I'm happy.
Okay, because I bent the antenna.
We'll hold you accountable.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
You can blame your loss on me. Have you got some special surprises in mind that you're kind of not letting me in on?
We're gonna have a CO2 tank on board.
Carbon dioxide gas will drive a pneumatic piston that will shift gear from forward to reverse. Another piston will press and release the brake pedal.
Now, this is something that you do all the time. I mean, this is your kind of your
24/7. I've had a passion for remote controlled stuff since I was like 12 years old. And I'm just bummed that they won't let me put a flamethrower on it.
Now that they have their controls, the scavengers are back on the hunt. The pit crew are meant to be looking for electrical components, but Tim's a bit confused.
Think this tow trailer would be good for structural steel? We got this.
Let me break this down as simple as I can.
Okay.
We need a motor,
He
power
said-
our weapon.
Right.
We need servos.
I do.
We need relays.
Okay.
We need to see if there's any more RC cars. If this place is not full of steel, it's not full of anything.
The turbines, on the other hand, are looking for steel and other lumps of heavy metal to armor their car.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Johnny and Rhonda are on guard. Their radiator is exposed and vulnerable, but this should give them extra protection.
Wow, that's quite a bumper.
Yeah. Can't never be too heavy. Not for this.
Now for some turbine teamwork. Rhonda's wielding her welding wand, Gary's getting down and dirty, and Chip's playing with himself.
The pit crew's strength is brute force, but expert Kristen has a more subtle approach.
We're going to start the car, we're going to make a lot of noise and get them to, the factor of fear that, we're confident in our machine.
Oh, a little.
And then that way they're going to start getting a little bit nervous and be like, man, we really got to start humping. These guys are going. Give a little psychology on them.
A little psychology on them.
But there's no putting the wind up the turbines.
Silly boys, silly boys.
Chip's in control, and Rhonda and Johnny are preparing for Armageddon by armaplating.
So if we cover every vulnerable area, then I think we'll be fine.
Most people try to avoid collisions, but playing dodgems is the name of the game in Demolition Derby. Assaulting axles and fender bending is what it's all about, and these cars have drivers. Our judge today is Slamman Sam Dargo, who's a Demolition Derby champion. In 18 years of driving, he's suffered from whiplash 21 times.
Tell me about Demolition Derby. What's it all about?
Well, totally, it's about smashing cars and out surviving the competition. And what we look for is a possibility of taking out the opponent's steering, busting his radiator, causing his engine to overheat. There is a strategy for driving, and there's also a strategy for building the car.
Let's get to our vehicles right now. What do you like about what the turbines have got here?
Well, they've got a big V8 engine. It sounds strong, and I think the addition of the extra steel on their car is also going to help the structural integrity of the car.
Did the pit crew get the upper hand, though, by getting the station
Oh,
wagon?
absolutely. I mean, it's a solid bomb over here. The structural integrity of the car is just magnificent.
If you were a betting man, who would you put your money on right now, the turbines or the pit crew?
At this point, I got to go with the pit crew.
Extreme!
Sam may doubt the structural integrity of their vehicle, but the turbines have only just got started. Expert Chip's control freakery, however, could be just a load of hot air. You're going with this rather outlandish pneumatic approach where everything's going to be governed by compressed gas.
The only real pneumatics will be just the brakes and the shifter.
So why use them for those things? Why do you want to use them at all?
Because they're a positive on and a positive off. With a
big oomph and a big...
Exactly.
Unlike electric window motors, which move quite slowly, pneumatic pistons are either in or out and move quickly between the two. This should give the turbines an advantage of fast gear changes and sharp braking. But if there's a leak, they'll be totally out of control. So you're using the appropriate system for the different bits, basically?
Yeah, it certainly is.
That makes sense.
And I think I have a confession to make. My favorite part of Junkyard Wars is speaking with Kathy out here. She's a wonderful lady.
See it?
Johnny and Rhonda are planning to fit their wheelchair electric motor to the steering column of the car. Meanwhile, Gary is working on the gear system.
Ready? Just get it over on me, I got it.
The pit crew scavengers are bringing back more structural steel. These junkyard dogs are more like retrievers than pit bulls.
Attention teams, this is your 6-hour time check. 6 hours, teams.
Oh, we gotta hurry, boys. We gotta hurry.
Expert Kristen's goal is to get his servos to play ball. Frank and his team are in defense.
So Frank,
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Here's the beast that she is, the big custom cruiser. I love
would
it.
say she's definitely a cruiser, all right? There's no question about that.
Is she cruising for a bruising? That's the question.
Oh, I think she's gonna be the bruiser, I would say.
Just give me an idea what you're going to do with the actual body, just what it's going to look like.
What we're doing now, structure-wise, we're trying to protect the front where the radiator is at, because there's completely nothing there. So we think we're going to come with a solid beam and make everything solid first, and then from there we're going to grow up. And the backside, we're going to probably do the same thing. The backside is very critical too, where the fuel tank's at.
So pretty happy right now with the way things stand, the build?
I think so far we have enough stuff in the yard. We can actually get building. Now I got my men back in the yard. We can actually get together and get a super plan going here.
And you guys have got some serious heavy metal in the corner there.
Exactly. I think we're going to jam them and bite them at the same time, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Whatever they come up with, they better come up with something pretty solid.
The Turbine's car looks solid on the outside, but they're missing the key pneumatic parts that will keep them in control.
What about that one?
Nope.
No.
But that stuff's the right stuff, but it's for hydraulic.
Unless Johnny and Rhonda can find pneumatic cylinders, the turbines won't be stepping on the gas.
The pit crew are stuck in the pits. Only Kristen can give them the remotest hope of getting off the starting blocks.
Let's get this back to the build.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
You want one more of those blue ones?
The pneumatic cylinders are essential if they're to control their brakes and gears.
Good for the brakes. We need a kind of a burly one. It's gonna be one of those things like where we're not gonna want it to go clunk, 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 clunk. We're gonna want it to go clunk, clunk. We're gonna want a nice, smooth transition.
Oh, you just weld it here, here, and lay this piece on there?
In Pit Crew Central, they're designing deadly weapons, but they need to get themselves under control.
Their plan is to attach these electric window motors to the brakes and gearbox and activate them remotely. Expert Kristen's been wiring non-stop since the start of the day, but he still has a long way to go.
Teams, can you feel the heat? You should be able to because you've only got 4 hours remaining. 4 hours, teams.
Are we gonna be able to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty damn close, anyway. Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, the last time you told me that, you were right.
Yeah, you need to quit pulling my leg. It needs a new watch.
What about the Pit Crew's remote control system? Are they going to get great response time from the electrics and the remote control system?
I don't believe the Pit Crew side actually will get a speedy response out of those slow winding electric motors that they're taking out of the windows. It's just not going to be the speed delivery that they're going to need in quick maneuvering of the car. Braking and changing gears on the Turbine's car is going to be instantaneous. As soon as they trip the micro switch, boom, it's going to change. Now they are utilizing the electric motors for the acceleration, so acceleration on the Turbine side is actually going to be equal to the Pit Crews.
Where do you put your money?
I'm going to stick with my boys over here with the Pit Crew. They actually have the car to win the show.
You guys feel comfortable if I jump in the hood of this car?
Help yourself.
Kristen's working on the Pit Crew's acceleration. He's fitting a servo directly to the carburettor. When the transmitter sends a signal, the servo's small arm will pull on the throttle cable and allow more gas into the engine, causing it to rev. The servos on the brakes and gears will work differently. They'll activate the electric window motors that will actually do the work. And they'll use the motor from the wheelchair to drive the steering.
Keep pulling it. Hold that right there, hold that. It's getting tight, careful.
The turbines are roaring ahead. Gary's already wired up their throttle and he's ready to take the driving seat.
Want to do the honor, sir?
Sure.
This one here, just nice and delicate. We're remote control, man, bit by bit.
Gary just can't resist peering over the wall and taunting the Pit Crew.
It's working.
I can't hear you.
What did you say? Looks like the other team's got their throttle hooked up remote. They have to start it manually. They don't have any brakes or steering yet, but we don't have anything yet, so guess we better get on the stick.
We'll set this baby up and we'll be ready to go.
Man, that would work.
The Pit Crew are a well-oiled machine. Kristen's on throttle and Scott's working on their shifter. Tim and Frank get underneath the car to stiffen up the suspension. This should give them greater impact when they hit the Turbine's car.
Teams, you have 3 hours to go. Go. Echo.
Stop it. You're killing me.
Take it.
They can't take it.
I'm coming to pick on Scott.
I don't blame you.
Because you've been sitting in here for several hours now, and I want to know what you're up to.
I've been being quiet.
You have. You've been
been bothering anybody.
We
You've been very studious.
We called and signed him up for anger management class.
It was a crash course, quite literally. Speaking of crash courses, a little Dicky Bird tells me that you do this demolition derby stuff. Do you? Like, compete and everything? Not just drive into people unexpectedly?
Well, on occasion, but usually it's competition.
So you're probably quite disappointed that you're not going to be driving this tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Why bother with all this remote control jiggery-pokery?
Just let me jump in here, grab the wheel. If you want to, you can hook some electrodes up to me, push the button, gas.
Well, maybe that's what you should have been doing, is you should have been spending all day today building a disguise for yourself, a camouflage thing, so you can actually be hidden in there.
Lay down in here. That'd be great. Tint the windows and roll.
You're working on gear shift. Who else is doing what? Who's doing your steering?
Well, I'll be doing the steering also. And that's over here on this seat if you'd like to look at it. Have you seen it? The wheelchair wheel and everything?
Yeah.
Right, have you looked at that?
I had a look at that, but let's go and check it out.
But essentially what we're going to do.
So that's the steering wheel that was on there.
Right, and this is probably going back on it.
Just stick it on there.
Right off, we take a series of exhaust clamps, like this. Put the steering wheel back on, reach in there, tighten the nut up, anchor that, and we have steering.
Excellent. That is a very good find.
You're gonna wear your gloves.
Kristen's finally got the servos wired up so they can be controlled remotely. And the car window motor seems to work the shifter. Frank and Tim are still a little skeptical.
I'm least worried about the weapon. The car is the weapon. You know what I mean?
The turbine's main weapon is a vicious spike that Gary's fitting to the front of the car. Round the side, Rhonda's welding defensive shields.
Let me see the switch. Beautiful. Johnny, you the man, brother.
The man. We got it, brother.
That switch is crucial for Chip's pneumatic control system.
And Johnny's also found a cylinder of compressed carbon dioxide that will power the pneumatic pistons. It's Gary's job to connect the cylinder to the piston that will shift gear. Just want to check in with the chip man here. What's going on with pneumatics in this?
Well, we've got all the switches in place. I want to get the pneumatics going so we can have a nice little test and verify the brakes work properly and then the transmission works.
Do you have any concerns whatsoever, or are you feeling, for the most part, pretty confident?
I use pneumatics all the time, and I find that they're pretty trustworthy.
Even junkyard pneumatics?
I don't know.
You never know.
Extras, and if we need to, we'll get in there and we'll swap them out until it works correctly.
Enough of the gassing. Chip's ready to test the pneumatics controlling the brake.
Is it open? Brake.
Ah!
Yo! Yo!
Yeah! Is it open?
Don't we need to do the SN next?
Okay.
Just tack
That's what you guys think? That's good.
Over in the pit crew lair, Scott's attached the wheelchair wheel to the steering column.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to work with Kristen's control system.
We got to get a different motor on here. That's the only way to do it.
They'll have to swap the wheelchair motor for an electric window motor, but they'd better be quick.
Attention teams, it is officially crunch time. You have 1 hour remaining, teams. 1 hour.
If we got an hour, we're set. It's on.
While Kristen fiddles with his control board, Scott fits an electric window motor to the brake.
What do you mean?
It works when connected to a battery, but they've got to be able to control it remotely. You guys, like you said, your back's against the wall, but you guys seem to always work best when your backs are against the wall. Yeah, I mean, why is that?
We're not used to getting ahead and staying ahead and relaxing. Always tension.
Right.
But we won that way. I'm pretty sure we'll win this way too.
What's left to do?
The main thing is electrical and the few connections for the brake pedal and the gas pedal. That's going to be unique. These guys are really working hard on it. I'm pretty sure they'll find a couple. They do have a couple of problems, wiring and etc. But I'm pretty sure they're going to find a relay. They're going to find something to make it happen.
Hey, Scott, I need you to...
Kristen's rewired his controls, but will they work with the new steering motor?
No, it's not going,
It's
man.
slipping, right. It's okay.
The pressure's beginning to tell. He's losing track of where all the wires go.
Where's this one grounded from? There's nothing touching it.
Yeah, but this is a ground because this is a
This
positive.
is a ground.
No, because this one's got an S, this one's got an S, and this one's got an S, which this one
This one
here.
does not.
Right. This
one has to be grounded at the base.
No.
You're grounding the wrong one.
The circuitry is right. The
two
circuit
servos and a bunch
is
of tabs.
right. we're gonna make it work.
Oh, I believe it. Believe me, if I believed otherwise, you'd have heard about it by now. If it was easy, everybody would want to do it.
What's up with it?
Turbines expert Chip's not finding it easy either, but he's still ahead of the pit crew. He's finished the wiring and is now ready for launch.
Oh, the steering works! Oh, look at it!
We got it! See those wheels, baby? They go like this.
So now we're traveling along.
You ran into the other car and you need to back
Excellent,
up off
bit of a
of
result,
it. Okay? Hit the brakes, you stopped.
That's so quick, and I like you hear the little hiss of air.
Uh-huh.
It's breathing, it's like it's alive.
And then you're gonna want to put it in reverse.
Right.
We want to back up off of the car that we just killed.
Absolutely important.
So you release the brake and now you're backing up.
That's beautiful.
It is time to push the panic button, teams. This is a 15-minute time call. 15 minutes.
Got 15 minutes. Come on, let's do something.
All right.
The pit crew have finally turned the corner with their steering. But nothing else is connected. All Frank and Scott can do is hope.
Christian, hang in there, buddy. Don't get discouraged, buddy.
Who's discouraged?
Hang in there.
Give me an idea of what the two fighters are going to be like.
We're going to see massive destruction between these two cars.
So if this was a boxing match, this would basically be like a bare-knuckle brawl.
This is going to be no holds barred, bare knuckle, blood and guts, in your face. This
And that's
is
what we
gonna be,
want.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, and we're really hoping for this kind of battles.
No fooling around now, Sam. It's time to lay the cash down. Do you go with the turbines or do you go with the pit crew?
I'm going with turbines.
The turbines.
They got the kick-ass car.
Check it out, Gary. Boing, boing.
You want us to knock this one off and like... We better hurry up, whatever it is, because we're down to it.
Yeah.
We're good to go then.
Cool.
The pit crew are now in Kristen's hands.
Oh, Rudy!
Steering's beautiful.
Okay.
Looking at them now, it's got to be said that the turbines machine looks a lot more aggressive than the pit crews.
The pit crews looks like
a station wagon.
It looks like my mom and dad's station wagon.
It really does. Well, I imagine they didn't have a huge unicorn horn on the front.
You don't know my mom and dad.
Hey, let's not go there.
I had a tough childhood.
But I'm looking at, I mean, if I was in the turbines, I would be going for the wheels on the pit crew, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. They've got no protection there whatsoever.
They told me this thing that they've done, which apparently is something that people would like to do in Demolition Derby, except it's outside of the rules, which is to jack up the suspension and then stick it rigid. Basically, there's no give then in the whole sort of system as they're going along. And they said that that means even if the tyres get blown off, they can still keep going on the
rims.
On the rims,
they're
because
going to
they
be
won't
so
crunch
solid.
down onto them. Yeah.
Oh, good call.
So maybe it's actually a clever decoy.
In the last few moments, the turbines are dealing with defense.
Who's your uncle?
While Scott keeps an eye on Kristen's remote control.
Everything working now. It's working.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tools down, teams. Tools down. Oh, yeah. A great day of building for all.
Yeah, what a...
But tomorrow, the real magic happens. That's when you will be competing for this. Woo! The Junkyard Wars trophy.
Will the pit crew's electric window motor-driven controls be fast enough to make mincemeat of the turbines?
Or will the turbine's pneumatic automatic with its curly tail skewer them like a spit roast and make them squeal like stuffed pigs? We've come to this remote mountainous hideaway for our Daredevil Demolition Derby, where our two combat cars will compete in this circle of death.
As usual, we've given the teams 1 hour tinkering time.
Expert Kristen's cross-checking the electric controls on the pit crew car. And Chip is wiring the turbine pneumatic automatic for war.
Rhonda and Gary are stiffening their suspension.
Scott's cutting holes in the hood to prevent the engine from overheating.
Air cooled.
Yeah, straight out of the junkyard, baby, straight out of the junkyard.
Our Junkyard Carmageddon is a no-holds-barred battle to the death. It's going to be a bit like a boxing match. If there's no knockout, the winner will be decided on points. They'll get 10 points for a straight hit, 30 points for a burst tyre, and 50 for a punctured radiator. And if they leave the ring at any point, then they'll lose 20 points.
Let's do the twist.
Scott's limbering up for the fight.
How we looking? We almost ready, guys, or what?
She looks good, Frank.
The turbines are putting on war paint. What do you think is going to be the hardest thing about actually operating this machine?
Staying inside the circle.
Yeah. Is it smaller than you expected?
Very, very much.
I think with the first few minutes, we're going to see the mobility of this machine, make sure that we can make our turns and everything looks pretty good. That'd be the main thing.
So the first round is a bit of a test out.
Yeah.
Why haven't you done any sort of extra reinforcement or anything?
The way we look at it, they got a spear on the front of the car, and if we put up some metal like this, the chance of that spear actually contacting the thin piece of metal is non-existent.
Right.
So why have the extra weight? Why have more parts to fall off and damage our own tires?
Right.
You know?
So you'll just concentrate on not letting them hit that bit rather
Exactly.
Yeah. Turbines. Howdy. How are we feeling over here in terms of confidence?
Very cool, very collected, very confident.
Very turbine-esque.
There you go, organized.
Excellent. Now, have we christened it?
We named it Lulu because usually Lulus are mean, mean women.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
It's Judgment Day. First up, the pit crew. It's a more of an offensive machine as opposed to defensive. These guys are just going to go for the kill shot.
They have really bad intentions. They intend to take the front of this machine, wham! You know, and if they get it on the back, they intend to take the back and just wham! Bammo shot on the other side, taking out the whole control, and it's all over, baby.
One last thing, because there is a little bit that I noticed that the pit crew did. On the hood, they've cut some holes in there. Why are those holes there?
I think those guys are thinking heat. I mean, it's like 110 degrees out here for crying out loud, you know? And this thing's gonna get really hot quick.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be rah, rah, rah on the engine, you know? Well, they gotta let that heat get out from under the hood.
Let's go check out the turbines.
Okay.
Take me through this machine of death.
These guys are planning to shred the other car. I mean, where on this side of the car can the pit crew possibly hit this turbine car?
And not sustain cows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in here, they're gonna take something out, buddy. They're gonna get ripped.
So money on the line. Is it pit crew? Is it turbines? Where does the money go? Final chance.
It's turbines.
Rock solid.
Total destruction.
It's time to race, sir.
All right.
The cars line up for combat. The first 2 rounds will be for points. The third, a battle to the death. Teams, raise your antennas. At the sound of the horn, let the carnage begin.
Go ahead, all yours. Take it easy, nice and easy.
Come on, Lulu.
Come on, Lulu, get him.
Uh-oh, I think they've got some bad intentions.
Oh, side to side.
Oh, the turbine car went completely out of bounds.
So that's 20 points to the pit crew.
Yes, sir, we take the point.
Bit of problem reversing.
Bang him again when he's coming in. Take him out, come on.
Push him out, turn. Back up some more,
Oh, it's another near miss.
Piece of cake.
Go for the door.
Go for him,
Go for the door.
If you can't steer the right, back up and get lined up.
It's a first hit to the pit crew.
There we go. Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Push him out the way.
Can't steer at all.
Wait.
The turbines don't seem to be able to steer their car. The pit crew show no mercy.
Chase him there you go.
Oh, the pit crew are all over the turbines.
What a hit.
The turbines have escaped, but they haven't got very far.
Straighten up.
The pit crew are closing in.
A beautiful hit from the pit crew.
Go, Kristen!
He has no steering to the right.
I know, but yeah, go forward.
Take him out of the circle.
The pit crew are out of control. Oh, Jesus. And they nearly take out one of our cameramen.
Come in back.
Woo! Nice run.
Yeah.
Nice run.
Yes.
Nice run. He killed it.
The pit crew definitely drew first, second and third blood in that round, but they also pushed themselves out of the ring.
The pit crew's runaway car gives the turbines 20 points, but they also left the ring and were hit 3 times, giving the pit crew a total of 50 points.
I bet there are a few big smiles up there on that first hit.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Now, is it the case that you haven't got brakes? Because it seems like you're only controlling it, but it's either forward full throttle or back full throttle.
That's the way we do it.
We're not real big on brakes in the pit crew here.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you're regretting your suspension jack up because it's very
perfect. It's
you
perfect.
like it like that.
Exactly.
You saw us
Bouncy
jump all over
ride.
the competition, right?
We were all over the competition, you know.
Well, of course, I mean, it might not come down to points, but if it does, then you're 30 points in the lead at the moment.
Oh, we only touched them. Now we're gonna hurt
You're
them
just
a little
playing
bit.
with them. The turbines are tightening up their steering, ready for the next round. Now, in terms of the damage that you sustained from a couple of quite meaty buffs from the yellow
their
fellas.
wand on the front of it. Yeah.
Has that done any significant damage, do you think?
Not yet. The spear they have pierced the car and probably would have went deeper if it hadn't been for the armor down the side of the car.
Right. There was that amazing near miss at the very beginning where you both just kind of like sashayed round each other. It was like synchronized swimming.
If we would have had steering at that point, we would have really got them.
Wow. Well, hopefully this will do the job.
Yes, certainly.
All right. Good luck in round 2.
Thank you very much.
Round 2 is upon us. Let's see if the turbines can turn it around.
The turbines are determined to do some damage to the pit crew.
You got control of it.
Driver's door off the car.
That is some sweet damage.
Believe the damage.
The turbines notch up 10 points for the hit and another 20 because the pit crew left the ring. But those junkyard dogs won't just lay down and die.
Now turn around. Now you're going to get them back with a beautiful shot.
The turbines seem to have conked out.
We're dead. I know, sir.
Oh, God.
Okay, you got them now. Dead man walking.
Look out! Look out!
Come on, Lulu! I don't know what happened there, but the turbines look like sitting ducks once again, and the pit crew were just kind of making mincemeat of them.
Come on, baby. Take them. There you go. Nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy.
The pit crew are going for another hit. The turbines are taking evasive action.
The turbines are moving
now.
Oh, yeah!
Dude, there's a driver's door hit on the turbines car.
Oh, yeah. Who's the daddy? Take them out. Keep out. Take them out.
Give us some gas. Go back now. I'm all the way up.
Oh, and they're driving him.
Oh, he's pushing him. He's all over him.
Quit giving any gas. Don't give him no more gas.
This is nasty for the turbines.
Here. This is really bad for the turbines.
The pit crew are hanging on like pit bulls. The turbines just can't shake them off.
Okay, now back up. Back right in. Back up.
They've finally broken free, but they're badly wounded.
Come on, turbines, you can't put up with that! Oh, it's the end of the round!
The pit crew only hit the turbines twice, taking their total up to 70 points. The turbines scored 30 points, giving them a grand total of 50.
I like it. I wouldn't want to come out here with no scratches. I want this to look like a battle. I don't want to look like we're pushing a little old lady off a park bench.
It's moments from the final round. The turbines are doing emergency repairs to their controls.
While the pit crew are having a pit stop and changing a wheel.
Points only count if there's no knockout in this final duel to the death.
2 teams enter. Only one shall leave. Let the carnage begin!
The pit crew are quickest off the starting blocks.
Nice move, nice move.
Foreman come at you. So there's no steering. You got no steering at all?
The turbines seem to be stuck.
Like Katie candy away from my baby, nice and easy. Yeah, whoa, baby.
It's a miss.
So far.
Chip still can't get his car to budge.
That was a nice hit. Nice hit by the pit crew.
Play with him, play with him, play with him.
The turbines wriggle free, but there's no escape.
Get him, come on, get him! Go for him, yeah!
Oh, they've spiked them.
Uh-oh, that can't be good.
Back up. We're still running.
The turbines are trying to get away, but they've literally got this thing jabbed in them, so it's tearing their flesh.
Keep working at it. If you get loose, we'll kill them.
How do they get off of that and then get back at it?
I believe what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to really function the remote control and try to just work their way off of that spike.
The wheels won't turn. It's not going into reverse.
Chip is desperately trying to get the turbine car free, but he's just making things worse.
Don't dig a hole, dude. All right. Crank can you turn the wheel all the way?
Oh, they're overheating.
Oh, they're starting to
steam.
I see smoke.
More and more smoke coming out of the engine, and I don't know whether actually there's serious radiator damage going on underneath.
One way or the other, it spells or smells trouble.
Keep the pressure on them.
The pit crew have released the turbine car.
Why is it doing that?
Kill him.
It's the killer blow.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we got it. We're ready.
The pit crew have terminated the turbines.
The pit crew are the new Junkyard Wars champions.
All right, it's trophy time.
That's it. All right.
How about some time for our brave runners-up, the turbines? Including expert Chip.
Woo!
Yeah!
Congratulations.
Second in command, Johnny!
Congratulations.
And Miss Pigtail herself, Rhonda! Now I get a hug. Okay. Captain Gary!
You'll go to this forever.
Yes, I will.
And now time to meet the kings of the junkyard, the pit crew. Never a finer expert was than Kristen.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
3 little letters, but a very big man. It's Tim.
Hey, Tim.
And what can you say other than check your blood pressure, Scotty?
All right.
Captain Frank. Symbolizing excellence in making something out of nothing. The Junkyard Wars trophy goes to the pit crew.
Join us in the Junkyard again tomorrow. Tonight, with an undercover agent missing and high-profile murders to solve, the FBI investigates a shady corporate security firm as Patrick Swayze stars in The Beast. 8:45 tonight on ABC 2.